Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to show you guys how to create a Hydro Dip Peekaboo Halloween tumbler. I am so excited. Listen, it's September now, so it's basically Halloween. This is my favorite time of year. Like, my whole mood has changed. I'm so excited. So this is going to be, really pretty easy, and I have the design idea in my head, and I'm hoping I can bring it to life. So I am starting with a 20-ounce skinny straight from Maker Flow Crafts, and I am only going to use two Marabou Easies for my Hydro Dip. This one is ruby red, and then this one is silver. I'm going to be adding a whole lot of the red and just a little bit of the silver. So all you're going to need is a popsicle stick, a bucket of water, your tumbler, and your easy marbles for this process. So it's going to be really fun. I love hydro dipping, especially with the easy marbles. So let's get started. Okay, don't judge my water bucket. I've been using the same one for like the past 2 years, so it's got paint all over it. But this is just water from my outside hose, nothing's fancy. So after shaking up the marbles, I am just going to shake some into the water. And like I said, I'm doing a lot of the red and just a little bit of the silver. So I'm putting quite a bit of the red. And I'll come in and just add little drops of silver, not a whole lot. And I do want some of my white on my tumbler to show through, so I'm leaving some gaps. But now I'm just taking a popsicle stick and just very, very, very lightly skimming the top of the water to kind of give those inks like a swirly look to them. Now I'm going to take my tumbler and go at an angle and turn as I am going in, and then I'm going to shake really fast and pull out. Looks awesome! I love this so much already. So this turned out really, really good. I love how easy those easy marbles are to use. So now I'm going to take a paper towel and start very, very lightly dabbing the tumbler dry. Now I'm not going to swipe, and I'm just using a really super light hand. I'm just wanting to get those water droplets off so they don't dry and leave like splotchy marks. So I'm not like completely drying the tumbler. I am still going to let it set aside and air dry for a few minutes, but I'm just getting a majority of it off. So I'm going to let this sit and dry for about 20 minutes or so, work on some other projects, and then I will come back. Alright, now everything is good and dry, so the next step would be epoxy, but before epoxy, you want to add some sort of sealant over this. So the Marabou Easy Marbles are an oil-based paint or ink, so they're going to repel epoxy. So what I like to do is put either like a really good coating of clear sealant like I would for glitter, or a really good coat of Mod Podge, and I really prefer the Mod Podge. I feel like I have a little more control. I can make sure that every square inch is covered. So I'm just going to add a really good coat of Mod Podge, let it dry completely, and then I can add my first coat of epoxy. Alright, so now there is a coat of epoxy on here, and we are ready to move on to the Peekaboo. So I found this really, really super cute decal on Creative Fabrica. It says "Stay Spooky," and it's like a little skeleton hand. I love it. It's super, super cute. So I'm going to put this kind of like a little far down because I want to put drips on this later. But for right now, I am going to put this decal on the tumbler and spray paint over it. So whenever you do a Peekaboo, make sure you use a vinyl that you don't really care to waste because you're going to be removing it, throwing it in the trash. So that's why I just grabbed a random color, yellow. I don't really use it that often. So I'm going to put this about right there-ish and then spray paint over it with black spray paint. It's called Little Black Dress from Color Shop Paints. Alright, Okay, so now this is completely dry. What I'm going to do is take my little weeding pick here, and I'm just going to very, very carefully pick off every little piece of vinyl to reveal the shape of the decal with the color of that Hydro Dip underneath. Alright, now all of the vinyl is off. I think that looks really, really cool. Let's go ahead and add some drips. So I've got a little cup here, and I'm going to add some Mod Podge. Not a whole lot, but enough. If I can get it to quit spilling out. Ah, okay. That'll be enough. And now I'm going to add some cornstarch. I'm going to do this little by little, and what this is going to do is, of course, thicken up the Mod Podge. And I'm going to keep adding some and stirring until I get it to the consistency that I want. That might have actually been too much, maybe. Or that might be just good enough. Let's see. I like to take some and let it drip down the side of the cup like so, and I can see like how fast it is moving, which actually somehow I managed to get it right the first time. Usually I have to do it like 1,000 times before I get it right. So I'm going to add some cherry tomato pop of color paints, and I'm going to make this look like blood is my my goal here. So I'm going to color it red, and it doesn't really take a whole lot. And then of course the Mod Podge will eventually dry clear, and it will be a little more vibrant than what it looks like now. So I'm going to set my cup down and take my mixture here. And I'm going to do just a little bit at a time because I don't want it to be too thick and drip too much. But I'm going to scrape it onto the cup and just let it drip down. And I'm going to do this all around the cup until the entire rim is covered. And it looks like there's just a big blood drip going around the entire thing. Like so. And if it starts to drip down too much, I can just flip it upside down and kind of just like babysit it until it stops dripping, which it won't take like a super long time for it to stop dripping. It's Mod Podge. We all know how fast Mod Podge dries, and this will eventually be dry enough to stop dripping down. But I do let it sit overnight before I epoxy it, and I do that because even though it dries to the point where it stops dripping, it takes a few hours for it to dry like completely hardened. It might stop dripping, but it still feels a little squishy whenever it's done dripping. So I don't want to smear it all over the cup when I go to put epoxy on. So I just let it sit overnight. And now I'm just kind of like hit it on my hand a little bit to get those drips to come down quicker. The bottom is still a little tacky. But yeah, now I am just going to let this sit overnight. And then tomorrow, when it's completely hardened, I will come back and start adding the epoxy. Okay, so it's been roughly 24 hours and this has hardened up completely, so nothing's going to get ruined when I start smearing epoxy all over it. But I think this looks so stinking cute. I love it. So let's pop it on my turner back here from Bama Cups, add some epoxy, and it'll be done. Okay, so aside from just needing like the final like extra coats of epoxy, this is all done, and I love the simplicity of it. I love that, I hate to say it, but I like that there's no glitter on this one. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. But I mean, it just looks so good. It didn't need any glitter, but it still looks really good and I love it. Before I go, like always, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, If you have a positive attitude and constantly strive to give your best effort, eventually you will overcome your immediate problems. If y'all have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one.